Hello and welcome back to Pokemon Emerald. We're going to get started right away. Last time we caught a Zubat, which we are going to train, hopefully. You should try using this. Miracle Seed does the same thing it did in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Increase your grass moves by 10%. I don't have a grass move, so it's kind of useless for me, but what can you do? Basically, we're just going to be slowly getting Zubat caught up. It's going to be a long road, because it's not going to be able to do much except against maybe the odd Poochyena we fight. Because it has Leech Life and maybe it can win. Though it's doubtful. But I wanted to talk about abilities in this game. So, in this game, there are a bunch of abilities. I've already explained quite a few. And what is new to Emerald and was not in Ruby and Sapphire, heck, Fire Red and Leaf Green didn't even have it, is abilities would affect your, not just in battle, but outside of battle. There's plenty of new stuff associated with these abilities. For example, Lightning Rod. Since we got the match call not quite a bit, a couple parts ago, I'll reference that. Lightning Rod, if you have a Pokemon in the lead with Lightning Rod, it will increase the amount of calls you get from other trainers, or just calls in general. This does not mean you'll get more rematches necessarily, it just means you'll get called more, which can lead to rematches. And my headphones are incredibly loud, which I will actually turn. There we go. Sorry about that, but that's just an example. That was one I meant to say when we originally got the match call feature, but as you can tell, it didn't necessarily get said, which happens a lot when I speak. But there are plenty of these abilities throughout the game that change the overall, well, overworld as you're playing it. Now, one of the things that can affect your play, actually, is that a lot of these changes the encounter rate. It can change natures of the Pokemon you're fighting. It could even change some of the Pokemon types you're fighting. But I'm going to go over all the ones that change outside of battle, so if you want to use one of these, well, be wary. It does change your encounter rate or something of the like. So you have to be kind of wary of it. I do not have a ability that does change my wild encounter rate at all. I don't think I will have one that changes the encounter rate, but I will have a Pokemon with Lightning Rod. So we might be able to see the match call come up a little more. I'm actually thinking we will see another one of these. I'm just trying to think in my head. And then what's my other plan? I'm totally forgetting my fifth Pokemon apparently. Yeah, I'm forgetting. But when it comes to abilities, there's two that are going to be very common. Intimidate and Keen Eye. There are a lot of good Pokemon with Intimidate. Heck, we've seen two so far. Well, possible two. Gyarados and Mightyena, which we haven't seen them, but I've talked about them. And if you want to use them, just be wary that this does affect your overall encounter rates. Keen Eye also does the same thing. What it does is it basically makes low-level Pokemon less common. So if you're chasing after a Pokemon, let's say Wurmple. For this to work, you have to be 5 levels higher than the normal in the area, by the way. So let's say you're chasing after a Wurmple and you want it to be level 3, but it can go all the way up to 6. So what you do is you get a, we'll say a Mightyena, which would be impossible at level 11, but you get one at level 11 and it will reduce it all the way down to 3 or more often than not. It's not guaranteed, it's a 50% chance increase, but overall it's better than nothing if you're chasing that level 3. Now, it doesn't necessarily matter with Wurmple. I mean, you're not going to go for anything crazy with it. I hope not. But I really hope that like some Pokemon get some use out of it. I am trying to think of one off the top of my head that matters for wild Pokemon. Maybe something in their moveset. I also never explored Route 115, which is very small as of right now. Cut off by Surf, but I did not pick up this item, which is my bad. But I guess maybe it would be useful if you were fighting... Oh, Pelipper. There are wild Pelipers in this game, and there's a section of ocean where most of the high-level encounters there, which are mostly Pelipers, do not get a attacking move. So if you want to catch a Pelipper with an attacking move, I guess you would need to either get some insane luck or use Intimidating Keen Eye to fix your encounter. I did not actually think of that. I just really was spinning and looking for like a move pool, maybe like Bubble Beam on Tentacle, but there's really no situation where that happens. So I guess Pelipper is one. But there's quite a few other abilities found in the game that do similar type of, well, stuff. Hustle and Vital Spirit makes high-level wild Pokemon more common. Same with Pressure, I believe, though I've never actually looked it up for that or tested it, so I have no confirmation. This house is also open, which they don't give us anything. They just tell us the tunnel's been canceled because Whismur is too loud. And apparently I can also not click A like twice without doing stuff. I don't think they give anything. You know, you guys could dig with your bare hands. Yeah, see, that guy has the right idea. The guy who's already doing it. We can go visit him, but I want to battle some trainers. So, there's plenty of double battles here that we are going to ignore because I don't do that. We're going to fight a bunch of single battles. And we're going to hopefully get Zubat back up. I wanted to get to level 11 before this is all said and done. Though, I'm not sure how well that's going to go over. I'm going to see how much Leech Life does here. And we'll see. I doubt it's going to do much. It's a Zubat. Yeah, it did more than I thought. It should have... Oh no, I'm not dealing with Growl. But I'm going to do it once more. Because Lotad has Astonish. And that's dangerous. Oh my god, this is going to be so slow. And we're just going to Leech Life it to death. Anyway, Hustle, Vital Spirit, and Pressure increases by 50% high-level Pokemon, which is the exact opposite of Intimidating Keen Eye. So if you're chasing after a level 16 something that evolves at level 18, I'm trying to think of an example, which I can't. Or let's say Lotad, you're chasing after a level 13 Lotad so you don't have to grind that much for a Lombre. Well, there you go. Really? Really. I'm going straight to Mudkip now. I don't want to sit here and fight a trainer forever. It's just not... It's not on my to-do list. Really wish I could go to Ralts, but that's not going to happen. Another one of these is Swarm, Arena Trap, and Illuminate, which there's only one Pokemon you can get. No, there's two in this game that you can get with Arena Trap, I believe. I'm trying to think. No, it's just one. And then there's also one in Fire Red Leaf Green. That's what I'm thinking of. Swarm is actually pretty common for bug types. What it does is it doubles your chance of a wild encounter. And that's basically it. Sticky Hold and Suction Cups. I think I've explained this once before in Pokemon Crystal. But this actually makes bites occur more while you're fishing. Which is actually somewhat useful. It's not the greatest, but it works. White Smoke and Stench lower the encounter rate by 50%. And so does Sand Veil if you happen to be in a sandstorm. That is unfair. I'm going to bet I live. Live. Thank you. That would have sucked if I died. That would have actually sucked big time. I'm not going to be using Ralts the rest of this part. I'll be using Mudkip, I guess. I didn't want to have to, but eh. Another one would be Magnet Pull. Magnet Pull increases the possibility of a Steel type by 50%. What this means is there has to be a Steel type available in the area. So, give an example. Let's go with New Moville because it's pretty common for a Steel type there because Magnemite's 50%, I believe. I do not remember. I remember Magnemite and Voltorb and maybe their evolutions, but I don't remember exactly. So for this example, let's just say Voltorb and Magnemite. They're 50% each. This means that 50% of the time, the game is going to pull a Steel type. It's going to try to. And the other 50% of the time, it's half and half of one counter you pick. I did not switch to Zubat, that's my bad. But, so that means it would increase the total encounter rate of a Magnemite in such an area to 75%. Which, if you're chasing after a Steel type, could be pretty cool. Though, I'm not sure if I would really enjoy it that much. I mean, there's not very many areas where Steel types are common. Can I actually get around? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. We're actually almost done with this. And then we could just leave. But, the next one's actually very important if you're going after natures. I actually enjoy their Zeralts, though it has confusion. Question, can I live? This is probably a bad question to ask while trying to train a Zubat, but let's see. Confusion. Wow. That actually did a lot more damage than I expected, but that also proves how much Ralt sucks. It should have been a one-shot kill. You're higher level than me. You have stabbed. Why did you growl? You're a terrible person. I'm just gonna mud-shot. Synchronize. What it does is it makes natures 50% more common for the one with Synchronize. For example, I know I said that really weirdly. Let's say I have an Abra. It has a... We'll go with Quirky because that's what our Zubat has. Quirky is a neutral nature. It doesn't raise or lower anything. Those berries died. I just realized in the top left. Huh. But with Synchronize, you have a quirky nature. Well, when you fight a wild Pokemon, is more than likely to have a quirky nature because it increases the likelihood by 50%. Now, the other 50% is split between all 25 natures. So in reality, the chances of you getting a quirky nature, let's say you're chasing a Wurmple again, we'll use Wurmple. Let's say you're using an Abra in the front of your party, the chances of you getting a Wurmple with a quirky nature is 52%, because they split the chances for each nature evenly without Synchronized involved. So it basically just makes it very common for you to find a similar encounter nature. The other one I can think of off the top of my head, I think there's two. I'm missing one. I'll have to... No. Oh, it was Q-Charm. That's what I'm thinking of. Q-Charm increases the opposite gender chance by 2/3. Very basic. Nothing really new there. And Compound items makes held items more likely. I want to say the percentages are... If the item appears 50% of the time, it'll increase to 60, while 5% will increase to 20. I'm not 100% sure on that. Haha, percentages. But I'll have to either look it up or just guess for the rest of my life. I'm probably going to go with guess for the rest of my life. Seems easier. But with that done, we are actually clear to explore Dewford. What we're going to do is we're going to fight those fishermen north of Dewford next time, and then we're going to head into the gym so we can, of course, use Flash, which we didn't collect last time because I totally forgot where it was, and then I remembered as soon as I ended the video, which is just my luck. So we're going to see this animation, and we are going to end it off on Dewford. If you've made it through the whole video, please, if you shall, subscribe. It really means a lot, as well as comment and like. Please do comment. I love talking about this stuff. I mean, I just spat out a bunch of percentages at you the whole time. I mean, it wasn't really discussion. It was more, here's what interesting stuff I know. Which makes, kind of seems like I'm bragging, now that I think of it. Probably shouldn't do that much. Alright, so we have a letter delivered, but I'm going to end it here. So, thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys next time. And of course, till then.